Okay, so I'm currently on the back of a motorbike in Bangkok traffic. You can see here. I'm on my way to the hospital right now, and I have about maybe 15 or 20 minutes or so. And I figured I'd talk about a topic that came up, or a question that came through pretty recently, which is how do you transition from one job in one field to one in a completely different one. So let's take for example you work at a restaurant, right? Maybe you're a cook, right? And you want to transition to doing something remote work, like maybe for example customer service, right? They seem like two totally different fields. You know, one's in person, one is not. One has to do with maybe more manual kind of labor, and the other is, you know, again, it's like a different skill set, right? So there are, say, three things that you could do, right? Transitions like these aren't maybe like the easiest, but it's not impossible. It's 100% doable. You know, the only way to start doing, or the only way to get that experience is to go for it and try, because you never know who will give you a chance. But the first thing you want to do is focus on transferable skills, right? So if you're transitioning again from being a cook, right, to doing, let's say, customer service in a remote setting, what are those skills that transfer over? So if you're thinking about customer service, right? Sorry, the wind mic fell off. Let's see, so if you're thinking about customer service, right, you want to be maybe good with people. Maybe you want to be able to handle tasks autonomously. You know how to talk to others and possibly work on a team, right? Maybe solve problems as they come up. If you're a cook, right, are these skills that you also happen to have? You know, when you're in the kitchen, are you working with other cooks or maybe a head chef? Are you talking or communicating with the waiters, right? When problems arise, as you know they do in every kind of environment, how do you handle it? Surely there's something that you do, right? So I would focus on, you know, maybe like those soft skills, right? It could be something along the lines of cross-functional collaboration, again, being able to communicate verbally and, you know, through written means, being able to solve problems or handle conflict well, right? These are things that are present in any kind of job, but it's just about how you market it, right? So those are skills that you can put down, right, on your resume, let's say. The second thing that you want to do is think of other experiences that you have, right? This doesn't even have to be work related. This could just be maybe projects that you've worked on, right, on your own time, or if you've done any volunteering. What skills can you highlight there and put on your resume, let's say, right? So if you maybe there's some kind of, I don't know, like project or something that you've done with your friends, for example, even just for fun. There could be something there, right? Because if you're working with your friends in something, then, you know, there's that cross-functional collaboration aspect, right? And let's say the third thing would be, so the third thing would be to try to get relevant experience, or that's very close to it, right? So if you've identified, you know, what those 3 to 5 skills that your target job might be looking for. Sorry, I haven't had any sleep, so let me try that again. So once you've identified what those skills are for your target job, right? There are probably other experiences that are easier to obtain through other means before you get that job. So for example, if you haven't volunteered before, right, maybe you could try volunteering, doing pro bono work, doing an unpaid internship or hopefully a paid internship, right? Maybe it's not perfect. You're not going to be exactly where you want to be, but sometimes you need to make baby steps, right, towards it. And little by little, I think you'll find yourself in the position that you actually want to be in. So, for example, for me, right, I don't have any formal education in career coaching, technically. But how I worked my way up to it, right, is how I started with, I guess, various different jobs, right? I was doing product management, business development, what else did I do? Customer service, and then I used those skills, put them on my resume in a compelling way, and then also, I'm here already. And then also did some networking, right, to find people that could help me get into the position that I wanted to be in. And then I got myself into a resume writing job because I identified what those skills were, and I thought, okay, this could be a good gig for me. After I did resume writing for a few years, like during this time, I also did some job search consultation. Here's okay. That's a pretty smooth ride. Okay, here I am at the hospital. Where was I? Oh yeah, so during these resume writing sessions they'd have other questions like, how do I polish my LinkedIn? What do I do if a recruiter isn't reaching back out, and things of that nature, right? So I did have some experience answering these other questions about job search that weren't related to resume writing, but weren't necessarily labeled under career coaching, right? But using that experience, I put that kind of work in my CV. And then when the opportunity came up for there to be some kind of career coaching position, I applied for it, sold my skills right, and I was able to get in. So, it wasn't a perfect transition from A to B, but I think that shows that it's possible. If you really want to do something, there's always a path to get there. So I hope that was helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And I think this is the line to get the MRI. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys another time.